Greetings everyone. So today I'm up in the attic of my house because I want to change the air purification system that I have installed on my system. It's called the Air Scrubber Advanced, and it has an ultraviolet light, and it also has a cartridge that produces a peroxide, and that peroxide will scrub the air, it'll scrub the dust out of the system. Anywhere that peroxide lands in the house, it scrubs the, that surface. So it's really good at killing a lot of germs. And on the website for that Air Scrubber Advance, it lists all the different viruses and germs and stuff that it will kill. So I'll show you how to change out that that part today. So here's what the unit looks like. The company recommends changing the cartridge on the air scrubber every 2 years, or any time that this blue light is not illuminated. That blue light is basically created by that ultraviolet light that is emitted by the unit. So if you don't see that light, obviously the ultraviolet light's not working any longer, and the air scrubber becomes ineffective. I also found that that will dim over time. So when I plug in the new one, that most likely will be a lot brighter. The first thing I'm going to do is cut the power to the Air Scrubber Advance. On my particular system, it just has a plug-in pigtail to the furnace. Some jurisdictions may have a switch and it's hardwired. You may have a box with a little switch and it has a fuse compartment in there. It all depends on what the code was at the time your system was installed. So obviously you always want to kill the power when you work on something electrical. If you can't find the shutoff near your furnace, try your breaker panel, or at minimum unplug the wire going to the Air Scrubber Advanced. You don't want to remove the unit while it is still energized, because that ultraviolet light will damage your eyes. So as you can see, the blue light is off, which indicates there is no more power going to the air scrubber. So I'm going to start with unplugging the cable that runs to the air scrubber, and then there's 4 little thumb screws that we need to take off. All right, next step is to pull the air scrubber out of its mounting bracket. One of the things to be aware of with the Air Scrubber Advance, it comes in 2 styles. There's a style that does not produce any ozone and a style that will produce ozone. Apparently in the great state of California that I live in, we can't have any appliances that produce ozone. Not sure why, but anyway, you have to have the no ozone type of replacement cartridge. And here's a look at the honeycomb side of the air scrubber, where the peroxide is generated from that and is spread out through your ducting system and your house, as I explained earlier. To change out the cartridge, there'll either be 2 set screws or 2 thumb screws. And the difference is the orientation of the honeycomb. You want the airflow to pass through the honeycomb when the system's running. So mine is left in the thumb screw orientation, which I believe is the way it's shipped when it comes from the factory. If you have like an upflow or a downflow furnace, it will most likely be changed to the thumb screws. If you have a horizontal furnace, it'll probably stay this way in most applications. So let's get those unscrewed. Okay, now we just have to rock the cartridge out because it is plugged into the ports for the power for the ultraviolet light. So it's just a 4-pin, and like I said, it could go either way depending on which way your airflow needs to go. There's my replacement cartridge, and of course it's California compliant because it's a no ozone. So let's get that installed. Just being careful to line up the pins for the electrical connection. And now I will reinstall the screws. All right, let's put it back in the unit. Okay, let's get the power turned back on. So I would say the blue light is definitely brighter with the fresh unit. So I guess as the ultraviolet light starts to degrade, it gets duller. As you can see, it's pretty easy to change the cartridge on the Aerus Scrubber Advanced. I want to thank you all for joining me in the attic today, and we'll see you on the next one.